It was a very good push in the third round as well by Rabodi Mason, but just not enough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our next contest. There's a kickboxing bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds at 125 pounds. Let's welcome in first, out of the blue corner, Andrew Duchatellier.
As we're set for our second bout of the night, and we're going to stick with the kickboxing realm as it's a great mix of action here tonight. Andrew Duchatellier making his amateur debut, once again representing Hard Knocks 365 as they look for their second consecutive win here on tonight's card.
Yep, sticking with the kickboxing, sticking with the flyweights, and sticking with Hard Knocks 365, making his kickboxing debut. Now, I do not know about Andrew Duchatellier's MMA background. He may or may not have fights, I don't know. Again, kickboxing records are different. So you can be taking on a guy that's got 50 MMA fights but making his debut in kickboxing and not know it.
And just like we saw in our first bout, this also a flyweight division battle. And Blake, taking a look at that first fight, Sanu Jean-Baptiste representing Hard Knocks 365. One of his sparring partners looking to pick up a win right here. We'll see how similar their games are after this one.
You would have to assume that they share a lot of time in the gym. There we see Lisa's son getting ready to make her kickboxing debut as well next year. Looking quite forward to that. But yep, applying a little bit of the grease there is Chuck Eisenbeiss. And every fighter's different. Every fighter has their own style. That's why you want to pick your own training partners based on your opponent. So Andrew here looking to, I believe he's going to be a little bit different, a little more boxing heavy, a little different than Sanu Jean-Baptiste. Looking quite forward to that. And he does have a tough match in front of him out of the Gladiators Academy, who has produced some pretty good kickboxers in the South Florida area for quite some time now. So should be a very good matchup. 125ers, a lot of speed, a lot of stamina, a lot of action. Look a lot what they lack in weight, which may not mean they lack power, mind you. A lot of 125ers can crack, but what they lack in speed, they make up. What they lack in size is more speed.
And his opponent out of the red corner. Let's welcome Santiago Seijo. And when the action begins, the third man in the cage, Ray Ramos.
Thanks for the house.
Santiago Seijo with a 1-0 record, as you said, Blake, representing Gladiators.
Yeah.
Yes, he's set to make his entrance right here, and I have to believe we're going to see some fireworks in this one, because you're talking about two young guys ready to make a statement, ready to get fired up, and really come out here and show the world that they're ready to take their game to the next level.
And that's what it's all about. As an amateur, you're looking to not only make a name, but also make your game. Now's the time when you find out what works, and you keep what works and make it better. You toss what doesn't, get rid of it. Now is that time. As you're an amateur. Now, once again, are these MMA guys who are doing kickboxing for experience? Are these guys that have the solemn goal of being a professional kickboxer? I don't know for sure what their end goals are.
And that's one of those interesting aspects of the amateur realm. You never really know what that end game is. So we could see someone come in here, look extremely impressive in kickboxing, while their end game the entire time is possibly the MMA world. So you really don't know what you're going to see, because a lot of times these guys are taking the fights for experience. They get some different disciplines under their belt. So now we're in a situation where they might just be looking to gain experience, and they can find a whole new avenue to go down.
They always could, and a lot of times you see, I've had fighters in the past, the Boca Brawler, Jesse Ventura, we went all the way to a fight, he made weight. His opponent did not have blood work. The blood work required for MMA is not required for kickboxing, so on the spot at the weigh-ins, he's fighting kickboxing tomorrow. So you never know. Jesse Ventura never had any want to be a kickboxer. He always wanted to be an MMA guy. He always wanted to be a ground and pound guy, but he fought kickboxing that night because it's that or go home.
And you can go back just a little over a month ago, Blake. We were doing the XFN fight up in West Palm Beach. Daniel Morrison set to do MMA battle for a championship.
Yep.
And it quickly got turned into a kickboxing bout. And he wanted to keep the fight simply to get that experience.
Yep. And he did just that. And to be fair, in his own right, Mr. Morrison was already a celebrated kickboxing champion in the past anyway. So I don't know if that's the situation now or if these are two guys that are wanting to be kickboxers forever. I can't tell, but I do look forward to seeing the action play out here between Andrew Duchatellier and Santiago Seijo.
Andrew Duchatellier, Santiago Seijo. Duchatellier making his debut. Seijo at 1-0. Once again, flyweight battle. And our guy, Ray Ramos, the third man in the cage.
He's a handsome fella, isn't he?
Love me some Ray Ramos. Is certainly one of the better officials, not just here in South Florida, but all around, as he calls it right down the middle.
Right down the middle, Daddy, with a strong kickboxing background in his own right as a competitor.
And he's certainly going to know what to take a look at here. And bell sounds, we're underway. Action starts here in round number 1. And look at the fireworks coming out here from Seijo.
He's wearing the Joker tights, but this ain't no joke. Bringing the smoke. I love it. I love it. And Andy Sauer loves it. I approve. Oh!
Roundhouse almost.
Nice hook kick. That hook hurt him. That hook hurt Andrew.
And look at this combination here as Duchatellier playing defense. I don't know how much he's going to be able to sustain this punishment.
It's about time for a standing 8 count.
And look how active Seijo is right here, not letting up one bit.
Nice straight punches from Andrew, though. Little break in the action.
Veteran move there by Duchatellier to break things up a little bit, but Seijo looks like a man possessed.
Ooh, good leg kick. Nice right hook earlier from Seijo. Really stunned Duchatellier.
Catches him in tight there with the knee as Ray Ramos separates them right here. But throughout the first minute of this round, Seijo has been all over Duchatellier.
Yeah, those body kicks, they don't feel good. Oh, and neither the body doesn't feel good either. Duchatellier have to dig deep here early in this round.
And again, with Duchatellier not really being in this type of environment before, those knees to the gut, those shots there could really compromise his cardiovascular conditioning.
Yeah, they're not good, and they hurt. They hurt like other shots don't hurt when they land in the right place.
And Duchatellier here almost trying to stick and move, but Seijo not letting up as he's continuing to press forward. And again, throws that knee right there as Duchatellier doing anything he can to stay away from his opponent.
Yeah, and even though Duchatelier's arms were down to block that, a knee to the arms, they never felt good. And Seijo might be taking a little bit of a breather here.
And Duchatellier catching him there with a couple of rights. But Seijo, as these guys are tied up in the clinch, and Ray Ramos will break him up here. This will be our final sequence of round number 1. Spinning back fist attempt by Seijo, unsuccessful. Maybe catches him with an uppercut right there. They're tied up again. Oh, catches him with a left right before the bell. That's going to be the end of round 1. And Blake Bowman, as predicted, fireworks.
That's round. Yeah, nice short little left hand there on the break. I like that, but it looks like Seijo came out on fire. Really hot that first minute. He kind of lost a little bit of the smoke. He needs to catch his breath in the second round.
And Andy Sauer loves it.
Oh, hook kick and boom. That was that right hook I was talking about that rattled Andrew Duchatellier.
I don't know how much he's going to be able to sustain this here, but throughout the first minute of this round, Seijo has been all over Duchatellier. Almost trying to stick and move, but Seijo not letting up as he's continuing to press forward. Seijo might be taking a little bit of a breather here. And Duchatellier catching him there.
Continuously active, throwing those shots. And if you're Andrew Duchatellier, what sort of offense can you implement here moving forward to possibly combat whatever Seijo is being able to bring on his end?
First things first, he's going to want to shrug those shoulders, protect that chin because the shots are coming in. They're going to come in hot for the first 30 seconds of this round as well. But the straight punches were really doing the best the best work for Andrew Duchatellier during that first round. The straight punches right down the middle. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 2-1 reset. There's no reason to overcomplicate things. Maybe go to the body a little bit with some push kicks.
And again, Blake, we saw Seijo come out very strong throughout the first 30 seconds or minute of round number 1. Then he kind of died off a little bit right there. Do you think that's more he got gassed out a bit or kind of lost his game plan?
Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of fatigue hit him, and he had that initial charge. He'll have it right now, too.
And Duchatellier trying to pick up the pace here. But once again, Seijo.
Yeah. He's going to have this fire burning at the beginning of every round. We'll see how long it lasts this round as well. Part of that's adrenaline. Part of that is his wind, as you said, and part of it is just I hit him with good shots. What do I do now?
Staying active, continually moving there is Seijo. Goes for the big uppercut. Unfortunately unable to connect as Duchatellier looks to be on the defensive end. Nice jab attempt to keep him honest. Uppercut. And look at this flurry of punches right here by Seijo. And Blake, he should be rocking him against the cage here.
Man, I'm really surprised we've not seen a standing 8 count yet, Blake. Very surprised by that. But Duchatellier is in the fight for sure. And there we see. Now we see Seijo kind of pick his head up high, take a deep breath. He's stalking forward, though.
Tries to keep him honest with that back kick.
Yeah. Seijo is much too happy to brawl. he has the technique and the long-range striking where he could be putting on a different kind of fight here. He's too happy to get inside and brawl, which is allowing Duchatellier to beat him to the punch, no pun intended, with the straight punches down the middle every now and then. Good leg kick. Now get out, get your distance again. If I'm
Duchatellier lucky there that Seijo missed that shot, but here comes a combination from the red corner, and Seijo looks like he did a little bit of damage right there, and luckily for Duchatellier, he's forced to break it again.
Yes, indeed. Nice 1-2 there. The push kicks and the straight punches is what I'm asking for this whole fight if I'm Duchatellier's corner.
And Duchatellier trying to cover up here a bit. As you see Seijo pressing forward, now connecting with some body shots. And once again, Ray Ramos will separate him. But you have to think Duchatellier getting closer and closer to the end of the line.
Yeah, I think so, but I thought that in the first round as well. You got to remember, speaking of a line, the shortest distance between 2 points will always be a straight line, while the flashing and hooking in round number 2 is in the books.
As you saw right towards the end of round number 2, Duchatellier on the receiving end of 2 left jabs.
Maybe a little bit of both, maybe a little bit of fatigue hit him, and he had that initial charge. He'll have it right now, too.
And there we see the spinning and the wide hooks and things like that. They're flashy, they look good, and they do damage, but they just take longer to get there. So while Seijo is firing that way, there, boom, jab lands. Jab lands for Duchatellier.
Look at this flurry of punches right here with Seijo.
Duchatellier has to stay behind that jab, fire 2 back behind it every now and then, and use the push kick to keep him honest, but get back to the very basics. A1 basics here, and just come forward, land his shots, and not worry about all the pizzazz. As long as he keeps a nice tight guard on the inside, should be okay.
Is what I'm asking for this whole fight if I'm Duchatelier's corner. And Duchatellier trying to cover up here. You got to remember, speaking of a line, the shortest distance between 2 points will always be a straight line.
It seems like barring a finish, this one will probably go towards Santiago Seijo. But what can Andrew Duchatellier do in round number 3 to get himself back into the fight in the minds of the judges?
It's a time where you just got to dig down. You got to bite on that mouthpiece. You got to walk through because you know that the straight punches on the inside you'll win. But he's got to watch out too because the clinch, Seijo's getting the better of the clinch transition, the clinch fighting as well, landing good knees on the inside of the body, and that's never any fun for anybody. Duchatelier's in great shape. Round number 3 underway here, Chadwick, and there we see some wild dynamic striking.
And look at Seijo trying to end this thing right out of the gate. He's got him right against the cage here, and Duchatellier trying to play some defense. I don't know how much he has left in the tank right here after these shots.
We will see, but how much does Seijo have left in the tank? Again, he starts strong and fades.
Looks like Seijo wants that knockout blow. As once again in the clinch, as Ray Ramos breaks him up yet again. But the first 15, 20 seconds or so of this final round has been all Seijo.
Yes, it is, and I think Seijo wants the highlight reel. He wants the knockout for the highlight reel, but he has to know he's up on the scorecard, so I definitely appreciate this aggression in the start of the 3rd round.
Certainly trying to make a statement here, and certainly, no pun intended, prove that he's no joke in this cage.
He is not. He is no laughing matter. There you go. Straight punches down the middle are scoring, and they kind of freeze up Seijo.
And again, Duchatellier, it seems like every time he lands a shot, he's unable to keep the momentum going with the 2nd or even 3rd.
Yep, you got to just believe in the long punches, and you got to fight in your range. You got to get in that intermediate range, because if you're on the outside, you can take shots that you can't fire back on. You're on the inside, you're losing here.
And once again, Blake, as you were alluding to in between the rounds, Seijo doing an excellent job in the clinch fighting off of his opponent.
Yes, he is. He's winning the clinch exchanges, and he's also throwing wild shots from the outside. Duchatellier has to find that intermediate, and that may be somewhere where as a debut fighter is just not comfortable yet. That intermediate range. As I always say, when you're in the kitchen, you got to cook. And nice little shot there from Duchatellier. I think that maybe Duchatellier may also have a situation where he's landed some good shots that didn't register at all with Seijo.
As Duchatellier tried to get an overhand right in there, he might have landed it, but right now he's trying to throw one last flurry against Santiago Seijo. Nice job ducking underneath the shot right there.
Oh, there we go.
He tried to end it right out of the gate here. Here we go.
Yeah,
the door's about to shut on this fight. And Seijo looks like he landed a shot, but that will bring us to the conclusion of round number 3. Excellent fight for both men, but it looked like Santiago Seijo a bit too much for his opponent
as well.
Yep, it takes two to tango, and Duchatellier definitely, he definitely did his part of the dance. Seijo landed the better strikes, he landed more of them, dominated the clinching exchanges, and to do the damage. It looked like a situation where I think I can see it in Duchatelier's eyes. I hit him with the best shot I've landed. It didn't really hurt him, and now I think I'm more tired than he is. And that's a situation where you got to see what you're made out of. And Duchatellier was made out of firing back. He didn't have a lot of effect on Seijo, but he fired back.
When you're in the kitchen, you got to cook.
Duchatellier here making his
nice little shot there from Duchatellier. I think that maybe Duchatellier may also have a situation where he's Santiago Seijo.
This is a
nice job ducking underneath the shot right there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the door's about to shut on this fight.
He wants to go down, but now he has some fight experience under his belt, and he should be able to utilize this moving forward.
Yeah, if he wants to kickbox again, he's found things that work. He's found things that don't work, and that's part of it. That's part of anybody's fight game. You find you throw out what you don't want, you keep what you need, right? But for all I know, the guy could be a jiu-jitsu black belt. I don't know. And he may be doing this because he only does jiu-jitsu and he wanted to try striking when he can't pull guard and tap a guy out before he fights MMA. I don't know his story, but if he wants to kickbox, he's got a lot to work with in this fight as well.
Certainly diversify that skill set, as Rodolfo Roman has the answer. Tell the world who won our second bout here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards, and they have awarded for your winner by way of unanimous decision, Santiago Seijo.
A well-deserved unanimous decision for Santiago Seijo, and he can laugh all the way home after this one as the Joker picks up the win here in Dania Beach.
Yes, indeed, a beautiful performance again from both men, but Santiago Seijo definitely has some padding to extend the old
very
highlight
special
reel.
thanks everyone to the fighting news.
Oh.
Lee's Locksmith and Bicycles, Ring Rentals of South Florida, Knockout Fight Gear, Rental Near Me. Check them out on Instagram at Rentals Near Me for more information. Also,